Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Positivity with Miss Popular. Today is really an amazing day and we are so much honored because we have a very important guest in the house. Kindly, if you've not watched our previous episode on comparison is the thief of joy, go and watch it. Believe me, that is meant for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more and more inspiring videos. Omar is an incredibly inspiring individual, a true advocate for change, mental health, and youth empowerment. As the founder and CEO of Teens Network Tanzania, a mental health activist and the author of the much anticipated book Teenhood, Omar has dedicated his life to creating opportunities for young people and making a lasting impact on their well-being. In Teenhood, he shares deeply personal reflection on the teenage experience, the triumphs, struggles, and the crucial moments that shape who we become. Omar, it's an honor to have you here today. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Emma. Well, my name is Omar, entering 26 this year, and an activist for 6 years right now.
Wow.
I've been an activist working with several organizations, both international and local ones. But among the organizations that I've worked with, it's called Changemakers. And that is where I got my calling of becoming an activist.
Before we continue with the book, I would really like to say congratulations because writing a book in Tanzania is not it's not something most of youth will really go for, and also it's something which takes time, concentration, all that. So as we're going to start with your book, first of all, can you just tell us what inspired you to write it and why is it Teenhood?
Yeah, what inspired me to write this book was not something, but actually someone. A friend of mine, he was struggling. He was a very bright student when he was studying. He was struggling so much with mental health problems and expectations from his parents. So he did not have someone to guide him or talk to him about it. So the only way he knew how to communicate with the community was lashing out. He got in all sorts of troubles, fighting with teachers, using drugs and all that kind of trouble. And just like any other community, we threw him away. We did not want to know the cause of the problem. Nobody cared. So when I heard about all that, and I reflected why she was fighting, I realized she was not a bad person, or she was not going in a bad way, but what she liked someone to talk to. That was the first thing. And the second thing, she lacked guidance. So I prepared the book, Teenhood. This is a friendly book. It's a very short book, very short one. It's a 60-page book. I made it as short as possible because I did not want to bore the readers. So it's a very short book, but filled with guidelines. It's not directives on how you're going to manage, how you're going to do, but guidelines, simple guidelines that are going to help you as a teenager overcome different kind of situations, overcome negative emotions, overcome fear, anxiety, and expectations. So that's the reason why I started this book.
Okay, Omar, that's really a very touching story, and it's something that happens really in our communities. And I'm so glad that you're one of the people who stood up and saw that. And I believe the book is really going to be inspiring to other people. So that's a really touching story. Now, can you share with us your personal experience apart from that, the personal experience that pushed you to write the book? Because from your page you wrote that the Teenhood explores both happiness and sadness that come in teenage years. So what's your happy side and sad side that pushed you to write the book?
Apart from having a story that inspired me to write the book, it's a reflection of my own struggles.
Okay.
As activists, I'm sure you understand that as activists, people think that we have everything figured out. They think that we don't have problems. We have everything planned out, everything clearly. But I wanted to show people that we are also struggling. So in this book, people are going to learn how I struggled personally. And to answer your question, you told me what were my personal inspirations. I was faced with two different crises that pushed me to write this book. First, it was an expectation crisis. I was faced with an expectation crisis from my parents. Like, okay, I'm currently going to reveal some things from the book, but it's okay.
Yeah,
but
it's fine.
My parents wanted me to become a doctor.
Okay.
I was trained and prepared to become a doctor since I was in grade 4. I studied in Kenya and I was prepared to become a doctor since grade 4. But my true calling was not in doctorate and medicine. I liked politics. So you can see how hard it was. And in our African family, you either become a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, or a failure. And I decided to choose politics. So technically I was already a failure in my family. So you see, I was afraid to come out from my family that, hey, I don't want medicine, I want politics. Who would have just understood that I was the only boy in my family? So that fight, that struggle which I went through until I revealed myself, I saw it to myself that a lot of teenagers face the same situation. That was the first thing. The second thing was my identity crisis. You know, when I was in secondary school, I was not playing football. I wasn't good at drawing. I wasn't fat enough. I was too skinny, by the way, so I couldn't fight. So I wasn't that popular. The only thing I could do is speak. I was good at speaking in class. So I wanted to have the fame that comes with teenagehood, with your friends, girls talking to you, girls looking at you with those faces and all the jigs. I wanted all that. So the only way to get all that, I had to associate myself with a gang. It was called TGK. They were my fellow students, but they were those cool kids smoking and all those stuff. So I wanted to be them. So I had to follow what they're doing, like smoking and drinking. Well, this, my parents don't even know. And suddenly I started failing. And my teachers lost confidence in me and all that. So I had to pull myself back together. So that journey of me rediscovering myself and everything, I thought to myself, if I could do that, then I'm sure someone else could do that. So I decided to write, give directives and instructions on how you can do that. In my book, I did not tell people that it's bad to smoke and everything. I told them, you can change. I have this slogan in myself. I usually say it's not bad and it's also not good. It's your choice.
Sure.
It was my choice to start smoking, and it was my also choice to stop smoking. It was my choice to go out of the school, to start fighting with teachers, and it was also my choice to stop and clean my acts together. So those two experiences really played a very big role in this book.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And the thing is, you know, with most of Tanzanian cultures is that once a person starts feeling having those issues of expectation, gains and stuff, it's very hard for them to explain or to express themselves to their relatives and families. So I think that's a really inspiring thing, and it's going to help a lot of youth in Tanzania. So the thing is, through that journey of discovering yourself, what did you do? Like, who helped you? Did you just helped yourself to come out of that situation, or there were people who assisted you, or you went through counseling or therapy, something like that?
Well, yeah, I would be a lie if I say I came up alone. It's not easy to face all those things alone. I'm thankful. First, I'm thankful he was not a pastor to me, he was a mentor. He taught me what's what. The version of me you're seeing today, it has 95% him. Late Abel Organis Jengo. He just died 3 years ago.
Okay.
He was not only my role model, he was my friend, he was a father figure. He took me at my darkest hour. And I would like to say this clearly, And I hate a lot of motivation speakers when they just tell people, you just wake up one day and it's okay. It's a lie. You don't wake up one day. You fall. You set back. And I had a lot of meltdown, a lot of setbacks, a lot of crying. It involved a lot of pains. That's why I prepared a book. In my book, everything is analyzed clearly. How to deal with it. How I went through it. It wasn't easy, but I went through it. And I am really happy because I had my peer. When I discovered my love for activism, I really love to thank my peer. There were a lot of teenagers who were with me. Emmanuel was there, Edwin was there, Johnson was there, you were there, Jones Baltazar was there. Almost people who shared the same visions with me. And those people helped me become the better version of us. So to those people and my pastor, I owe my success.
Oh, so amazing. So how long did it take to write the book?
3 years, 4 months, and 6 days.
Oh, wow, that's a really long time. And through that journey, what challenges have you been facing? Because I know
it wasn't easy because I thought writing a book is like writing an essay. Like you wake up one day and write and you're done and close it and you go and publish it. That's not the truth.
Okay.
It's way complicated. I'm not going to, whoever is going to listen to this podcast, I'm not telling you that you cannot do it. But I'm just telling you the fact that it's going to be hard. It needs dedication. You have to dedicate yourself to do what you're doing. I had to prepare 7 manuscripts, 7 raw manuscripts, which were denied by the National Council of Authors for Tanzania.
Oh.
7 of them.
Okay.
National Library denied 7 of my manuscripts. 7.
What? It was a long journey.
And I once wrote, and I was writing and I had personal conflicts. Like, what am I writing? It is really, because, like, let me give this, it's an exclusive. I'd not say it anywhere. But this book, it's not the political me, it's not the activist me, it's the real me.
Wow.
It's like having a banana and peeling it out. The inner part, that's me. Everything that's written inside is the truth.
Wow.
So I had a very hard time because writing drugs and telling my parents that you are a drug addict at some time, it was hard. So we did it, and I think that it took me time. The first year, it wasn't easy. I used to write, write. I once lost the whole manuscript.
Oh, wow.
And I had to write again. So it's a very long story with a lot of troubles. But what I know, I did it. And I'm happy I did it because I'm sure this book is going to change lives of many. I am positively sure of it because I dedicated my life, heart and soul to it.
So, like, how will readers feel after reading the book? You have said that you wrote from your personal thought, a real personal experience, the inner you. So how are the people who are going to read the book feel after reading it?
First, they're going to feel sorry for me. They are going to feel sorry for me. And well, it's gonna be fun until my mom reads it, because I'm going to open another new can of worms of why you smoking. Yeah,
I'm
that's
getting
another
it,
thing.
parents.
Yeah, but apart from all that, it's going to change lives of people.
Okay.
It's going to change lives of people. I'm 98% sure. Even if it's not going to change 1 million, it might change 2 or 3 people. And that's what I'm looking for. And that's why I call this teenhood. You know, teenhood in Swahili is ujana.
Yeah.
Something that many people don't consider. You know, on the cover of the book, I said, these are the ages that we choose who we want to be.
You sure?
At this age is where I choose I want to be a successful person, because this is the age where you meet a lot of forex traders. This is the age you meet a lot of entrepreneurs. This is the age you meet a lot of activists, a lot of politicians. This is the age of trying. This is where we try. So this is the age where I choose what I want to. And in my book, it does not guide you. And I specificated it. I told them, this is not a guidebook. It's not going to direct your life. It's just going to give you a way to navigate the feelings. You can either follow them or not follow them, but they're going to be there in case you need them.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And okay, you said that apart from just being writing, you're also the CEO of Teens Network Tanzania. Can you tell us a little bit about Teens Network Tanzania and how does it integrate its activities?
Teens Network Tanzania, it's a community.
Yes.
It's more than non-governmental. A community that combines them all. It's going to have a lot of things in Teens Network, but currently we are working with teenagers, mostly teenagers and children, because I believe in teenagers. I'm a strong believer of teenagers, and I believe in the coming generations, children's. Teens Network, it's not just an organization, but a combination. I just said it. It's a combination of everyone who is tired of running. Whether you are good at speaking, you are good at advocacy, you have innovations and everything. Because when we introduce it finally, when we finally going to introduce the Teens Network, you are going to see that we are going to have Teens Network clubs, Teens Network innovations, Teens Network science fairs, and all those stuff. So it's a combination of all forms of activism and all forms of things that teenagers need to reinvent themselves. So it's just it's a very big bubble of different kind of ideas plugged into one big thing.
Okay, wow. That's amazing of you. Really, you're an inspiring figure because you're full package, you can say. Congratulations. That's really, really amazing. So also in your book, have you spoken about leadership? Because you are also a chair of UVCCM Kambarage Sauti. So in your book, does it influence you to become leaders, and how do you inspire them through your book to become actually people like you, probably in the next 2 or 3 years, especially the ones who are in the same condition as yours?
Manuela, I'm kindly feeling you want me to say everything about my book and my upcoming book, and which is really not fair. Okay. Well,
okay, just a little bit, then we can wind this up. Just a little bit.
Okay. Okay, this is how it is. My book currently focuses on my activist journey, not my political journey. I'm currently working on a project on politics, training new leaders. I'm writing a book about leaders, leadership, ethics, and everything. But right now, it's about me and my activist journey. Because, there's these two chances. There's being a leader and there's being an activist. There are two different worlds. The world of activists and the world of leaders. The world of leaders is the world of politics. That is where we get the arts of politics, persuasions, deceptions, and everything. But in the art of activism, it's the art of advocacy, speaking out, standing up for people. So this book teaches or explains to people how to stand up. So if someone wants to become an activist, like me, that's the book. But if someone wants to become a leader, a better leader, I also recommend him to read this book, because this book does not only teach you how to become an activist, but teaches you how to become the better version of yourself.
Wow.
Because I believe, and I said it in this book, the only person that you're in battle with is yourself. You have to be able to look yourself in the mirror every day and say that I'm better than who I was yesterday, and I'm going to be greater than who I'm going to be tomorrow. If you can do all those, then you would have achieved the real meaning of being the better version of yourself.
Wow,
so
amazing.
The political book is coming. Not anytime soon, not this year, not next year. I don't know when, and please don't ask me that. But this one is focused on activists and becoming the better versions of ourselves.
Okay, that's amazing. Okay, that's amazing. And as we're anticipating the launch of Teenhood, please, can you share with us, for the benefit of everybody who is going to watch this, that what's the location, the date, and how can they get the tickets? And also, if they're not able to participate, how can they get the copies, not only for themselves, but for their younger ones and other stuff like that?
Okay. Well, the event's going to be on 20th. This 20th of this December. And the venue is going to be Le Marhab Restaurant, Dar es Salaam, Masaki. And currently we are not providing tickets. It was an invitation. But on January we are coming up with Teenhood Country Tour. We are going to be going in different kind of university, high school, middle school, even nursery school sometimes.
Okay.
Because we are targeting teenagers. So we are going to be going around the country. And with your last question, if someone needs a copy,
yeah,
on 20th the copies they are going to be sold there, but after 20th the copy are going to be available in every part of the region. We have ambassadors in every part of the region in Tanzania, in every part of the country, everywhere. And their names and their contact numbers will be shared in our official platform, Teens Network Tanzania. There is where you are going to get the phone number, the location of the agent who is going to help you purchase the book. It's a 10,000 book, but trust me, it's a 10,000 that you won't regret.
You say Teenhood will be having ambassadors in all different parts of Tanzania, and I would like to know, are there also going to be Swahili copies, because Teenhood is in English? Okay.
We are currently finalizing translating Teenhood in 3 languages. Actually, it has been a demand for Teenhood in Indian and Arabic and Swahili. So currently my team is working, preparing those 2 different copies. The Arabic one, the Swahili one, and the Hindu one. So until, I'm not going to say the official date, but on January, before the end of January, we are going to have those 3 kind of copies all around Tanzania. And let me worry you out on this. A lot of books have that complex English. I'm going to say this openly. The English that you're going to meet in Teenhood, way simplified. The English that we learn not only in not only in private school, but government schools. The book that anyone can understand, both local and international, because the book has also needs for international, because I did not only target the East African market, I targeted the whole world's market.
Okay. Thank you so much, Omar. Is there anything else that you want to tell the audience?
Yeah, I have one thing to tell them.
Yes.
It's okay to make mistakes. Well, I made mistakes. You have a chance to shape the dream you're having every day.
Wow.
Do not let your dream just become a dream. Start. I know you are having problems on thinking, how can I start? How can I do this? Don't think, just start it. When you start, you will meet people who will show you the way. And as always, I am open to any teenager who needs help, counseling, guidance, or anything. Well, let me make this clear.
Sure.
I do therapy, mental health therapies, mentorships, and everything. And I all do those free of charge.
Wow.
Why? I'm doing them free because I did not have them while growing up. And you know how we grew up from being activists. We had no one. We had ourselves to motivate ourselves. Yeah. So I don't want the other activists to pass through that. So if someone needs someone to talk to, someone to mentor, I'm actually currently mentoring 12 teenagers right now.
That's amazing.
So I'm currently mentoring 12 children right now. So I am free. If anyone needs mentorship or talking or any kind, I'm open 24/7 from Monday to Saturday. You're welcome.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. It's very, like I said earlier, it's very hard for people to open. In Tanzania, our culture, once you make mistake, it brings you down. It makes you like, you have to keep quiet, don't say it. When you say it, it's going to get worse. Well, that's wrong. Sometimes we all need people to talk to. We all need places where we can open. And I'm so glad you're one of those. And I believe mental health is a big problem right now in most of people. So if they get people to talk to like you where they're open, in next 2-5 years, we're really going to create a generation of positive thinkers. Thank you so much, Omar. We really had an amazing time. And what I want to tell you guys, as we're winding up, don't forget to get your copy of Teenhood. And all the details of the launch will be shared on all our social media pages. Together with Teenhood pages, we'll all see the details of the event and the launching date. Thank you so much. See you next time.